don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier 4D? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the Guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your Master-at-Arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the Guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I've failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the Guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous. To my help. And death to the others. Move away! Things are about to get dicey! They broke your Won't believe your eyes. This discovery will give you faith in existence. Come one, come all. Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity. Your time is precious in these dark hours. But what you're about to discover could save your life. Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle of science.
You'll find all you need in our selection, whatever you need to be.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise in contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, no. If he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that will be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Citizens of Serene, come to me. You won't regret this miraculous opportunity.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco,
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship. Not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel.
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tier 4D?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never...
Be back soon, Captain.
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
And death to the other! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Wore a Nort uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
To my house! And death to the other!
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Hello? What can I do for you?
With a relay, you're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Captain, sir, we were given...
The way is clear. It's time to
Do
get...
your best to be quick and quiet about it.
Don't you be worrying now.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss...
Move out. Quick steps.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator. He knows his craft well, in spite...
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have...
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled.
Why would that be?
Boy, I haven't the faith...
What does Jonas do in his free time?
He just hangs around here or there. And when evening comes, we usually go down...
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine.
Does he know anyone in Savannah?
No one. For...
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with...
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy...
And you don't believe...
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, the itch for a drink gets us all. Here, yesterday, it was me. I called back to him, as you...
I need to be going. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the...
You're talking about Jonas? You bet like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds.
What do you think about Captain...
He's a just man. Who knows? It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for lass now.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even the other day, in the tavern, I saw him then when we left, him and I. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe...
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what was the captain. No.
Did Jonas seem troubled?
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas... You'd think my story...
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get around. Did anyone else see the kidnap?
There was still a small crowd. I seem to recall that regular being the kind of fellow who plays from morning to night. Now and again he comes out when nature calls.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this. Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine.
There was indeed a party here.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, hair down to his neck, light brown.
I don't believe it. Of course he was... I hope you've come to reimburse me.
What kind of damage?
A good half of my furniture was broken.
Let me take a look.
If you can fix it, I'll...
Here you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. On his books, your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went in dangerous fellows.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all elite. In any case, if you were set on recovery...
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him. Anything else?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young...
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been...
A kidnapping. In my... I would have noticed. That...
Someone told me about one of your...
I see. An able...
Where might I find him at the...
Here. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I...
No. Have no fear. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days... A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied...
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played...
What can you tell me about the boy?
He seemed rather nervous, and he must have been right to be nervous.
Tell me what happened that...
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you can. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid...
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if...
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
No, sir. You are in luck. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with...
He is absent, but the lady... Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here. But perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your...
I see. I am afraid that he has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. And that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to...
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship?
It is what they do. Through pact.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of this horrible, constant ransoming that they push. You will have no trouble verifying the details.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing stuff. Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to...
With respect, my lady.
So, you still haven't found your cousin?
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time.
I'm still without news of my cabin boy.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was...
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents will...
A contract? But what
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been...
Don't worry. We'll find him in
I
time.
certainly hope so. Would you be in the...
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That she told me a strange story about her son. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer...
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring... Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain... price to children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But from time to time, the congregation has passed such accord. And so...
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance. Via ship.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Naughts as quickly as breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation...
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek? Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son.
Those Naughts took him from us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word very well. Take the key and take him away.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell. Locked.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my...
Yes. Even if I had to bend his...
That doesn't surprise me. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now.
Yes. You should still go and say...
sworn true? Is your hat out of style? Welcome! Have you seen anything to your liking? Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Welcome! Have you seen... Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Good people, don't be afraid. Come, celebrate.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you...
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time.
My cabin boy, Jonas, is...
You do. It's a rather...
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Be back soon, Captain.
Come to me! You won't regret this miracle!
You'll find all you need in our selection!
If you had any idea who I am... Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch! That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's blocked. It's blocked. It's not possible just now.
Bring the guard out if you keep shouting like that. We should have got rid of him. Don't be an idiot. It's obvious that he's a...
Oi! Where do you think you're going? You're in our territory.
I'm looking for my cousin, and it would seem
That very well could be. We have had a guest since...
that would fit the bill. I have no idea how he earned such a kind invitation, but...
Being born into silk sheets doesn't give him the right to insult his fellow man, or to show disrespect.
We know this sort only too well. Used to everyone doing whatever he said, but they're always a lot friendly.
That's right. But lessons have a price.
That drunkard is the only son of Prince d'Orsay. I'm sure you know the punishment reserved for those who slight his majesty.
Shit. You are absolutely right, Chief. Shut your trap, imbecile. You want to get us drawn and quartered? Listen, we didn't know who we were dealing with. We never would have given offense to the prince.
That's what I had assumed.
Here, take the key to his cell and give our respects to his highness.
It's blocked. It's blocked. It's not possible just now.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress!
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
Sorry, Constantine, but we drove a hard bargain to get you out of their grasp. I don't intend to...
Bargain? Don't tell me that you paid them a ransom. Oh well. What is done is done. A mighty vessel awaits us. And a tremendous adventure.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, this vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Don't be afraid. Come. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still. This little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remark. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes...
And you dare challenge me?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts.
Yes, no, you don't have the right!
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Locked. I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind.
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected man.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great... I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imp...
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that. But I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder?
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that a small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let...
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remained hidden while waiting.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like...
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he could be punished.
He's trapped! He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions, am I right?
You're right, we did. Taste it. As for me, I only drunk a few drops. And my tooth is aching more than ever.
Alas, you need only drink...
Paralysis?
A terrible side effect. The symptoms appear sooner or later. No one is spared from them.
What? Are we doomed then?
Everyone. Except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive the antidote.
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune. We're all gonna end up like statues.
Listen to me, everyone. I know a good doctor that will help us. Come on, follow me!
That charlatan will just have to wait to get what's coming to him.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
The servant's door.
Locked. I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
And what of your war with
It has been dragging on. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire... But that's the way of the world.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Teleme has won. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally.
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. Matters turned out a little more complicated than I... He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear.
We'll eventually catch up with him. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores. Thank you for your help, Excellency. And allow me to offer you this modest gift.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the app.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that... Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. Though Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be in... I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you,
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of you.
Very well. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within, but these particular non-believers threaten the fragile heart. We would consider it a tremendous favor.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments.
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, for according to our sources, these fugitives have already...
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before... If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade. Sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm
Enchanted as well, Your Highness.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspiciously.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use.
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in...
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Teleme has entrusted me with the job of capturing them.
Happy to see that you trust me enough to seek my counsel in the affair. Just so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal. They were making quite some ruckus, asking to search our warehouses. We, of course, refused entry. Only the Naughts have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain your potential stowaways aren't. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially.
What do you mean?
That discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and worth.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the...
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tir-Fredi. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures, as big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Naughts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Naughts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now. Let's lend them a hand.
Captain! Keep my cousin safe! so eager to discover Tear Freddy. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back. Come now.
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Gentlemen!
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready her to wear! Lively now, lively! Catch me away!
A charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry these doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
I've been scullied.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any...
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service, for a while. Desarde, can I do anything for you?
How did you become a Nord?
As you may have guessed, I was given to the Nords when I was a little child. I think I was originally from the congregation. I took my first steps on the deck of a ship. Did you want anything else?
You seem to be mad at me for some reason. Do you still resent the fact that I called your ship a boat?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Nobility makes me uncomfortable.
I can't blame you. Most nobles are tiresome. I hope that I've managed to change this poor first impression of me.
You have? I was wrong about you. You are different. I should have realized that sooner. I hope you can forgive my manners. It was foolish of me. Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.